What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with what do Europeans really think of the U.S. As an American living in the Netherlands, I understand it. I'm intrigued. Actually, I feel like I know a lot of what Europeans think of Americans. But let's see if we hear something new in this one. Before we jump in, what I need you guys to do is smack that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon, all up top. You want to subscribe to any of it? Put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Human. I talk back. You got a favorite video you want to see me react to? You can subscribe to Patreon or in the description section. There's a Google form link. What we got?
Welcome back to Soul to Soul Travels. Day 9 of the lockdown. Tammy hasn't managed to kill me. I haven't managed to kill Tammy, so all is good up here in this apartment. I came across this article today in Yahoo, and I'm just going to go ahead and read the title to you. It says, non-Americans are sharing things Americans aren't ready to hear. And buckle up, their opinions are absolutely brutal.
All day. All day. That's just off the jump. Their opinions are absolutely brutal. Yeah, I can tell you. From that line right there, I can tell you Americans was not ready to hear it. Was not.
Buckle up. Their opinions are absolutely brutal. I agree with some of this. I don't agree with some of this, but we're going to go ahead and cover it right now, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion about each one of these points. Next,
Appreciate it.
Soul to Soul Travels.
Oh, nice. You don't choose a life, you live one. Yes.
All right, so here we are. And again, like I mentioned earlier, I came across this article. Non-Americans are sharing things Americans aren't ready to hear, and buckle up. Their opinions are absolutely brutal. Obviously, as somebody that's grown up into the United States all his life, and we have been living over here in Europe for 5 or 6 months now. And, Tammy and I have done our fair share of traveling around the world and just experiencing different cultures and different lifestyles and whatnot. So I think we're kind of qualified to judge some of these opinions right here a little bit. But anyways, so let's go and let's check out the first one.
Give it to me.
All right, so here's the first one. I'm just going to give you a second. I'm going to do the screen grab so you can go ahead and read it, throw it up. A lot of your favorite food brands make better versions of their products here. Americans often get the short end of the stick. I don't know about that. I think personally, I'm just giving my personal opinion. I just think it's a matter of where you grew up and where you didn't grow up. I can tell you this.
I feel that.
Before I came over here, I was not a cheese fan. I've grown to love cheese. You guys definitely have here in the Netherlands better cheese. I mean, that's for sure. Love the cheese. So I think that is nothing more than just where you grow up, where you think your food might be better or might not be better, or how it's improved or how it hasn't improved. But nevertheless, I think that's just a matter of opinion, to be quite honest with you.
I do agree with that. Now it seems like y'all's food is healthier. The same food, it seems like it's healthier there than it is here. It seems like before we add chemicals and all that. But I know, a lot of you guys that have traveled here, I've seen a lot of videos where y'all say y'all not rocking with the food. It just didn't taste right, made you feel sick. Just not rocking with it. I've never tasted European food, so I can't give a personal opinion on this one. But I'll let him keep going. He said he doesn't agree. That's his personal opinion. Keep it rolling.
Nevertheless, I think that's just a matter of opinion, to be quite honest with you. Let's go on to number 2. Okay, so number 2, you can look at it right now, throwing it up. You are the foreigner from me in around 220 countries.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. I will give you this. Some Americans don't like to hear that, but I think that's far and few in between. I think they all understand that if they're traveling to a different country, they are the foreigner in that country. But nevertheless,
they should understand that. Do they? Is a different question, but they should. You should understand that if you're traveling to a different country, you're foreign.
If they're traveling to a different country, they are the foreigner in that country. But nevertheless, I agree with that. Nothing to argue with there. Let's move on to the next.
It's a fact.
Okay, number 3. We've kind of covered this one in the past before, but here it is up on the screen. American bathroom stalls are exposed as a grown man could crawl under one of them, and vertical gap has enough gap in it to make a full eye contact with anyone walking by. Absolutely, without a doubt.
That's facts.
Cannot argue that one bit. And that is one of the things that I absolutely love about being in Europe. When you have to use the stall, that stall is all yours, and you don't have to worry about anybody peeking in at you. So I agree with that one 100%. There's no argument there on any level. Let's move on to number 4.
Yeah, number 3 is complete facts. I completely agree with it as well. Yeah, like I said, a grown man could crawl under. You definitely could. You can climb on top too. You know what I'm saying? But all right, keep it.
I
Keep
agree
it
with that
rolling.
one 100%.
Y'all got that one down
On
right.
any level. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4. Take a look at it. Many countries get a minimum 4 weeks paid vacation leave for the employee and paid maternity leave even for the father.
That's so beautiful.
I think
So
the United
beautiful.
States is kind of coming around a little bit with a maternity leave. The paid vacation standard is 2 weeks, and the longer you're with the company, it builds up more and builds up more. But the sad part about that statement is, and the sad part about the vacation in the United States, is people are afraid to take it for fear of losing their job,
Facts.
being gone too long. They feel comfortable with 1 week.
Facts.
2 weeks is kind of really the max. I know Tammy and I, we really sit down and we discuss whether we want to take a 2-week vacation that might even extend into 2.5 weeks. It's kind of scary. But nevertheless, that is an awesome thing here in Europe and in the United States. 2 weeks vacation, and people are afraid to take the 2 weeks at that. A lot of them are.
Yeah, I think it's because in Europe it's guaranteed. Like you have to give the employees this much of a break, and that's what I really love about that. I really love that there's a law that says like, hey, they're like required 4 weeks vacation or whatever the vacation is for sure. Here, it's kind of almost standard policy, but like he said, a lot of people don't tell you in fear of losing a job. And even though the company might say you get 2 weeks, like as soon as you put vacation time, it's like, no, we need you that time. Reject. They have the power to reject it. No, we need you to no. And you definitely cannot take 2 weeks off at a time in most places. You 2 weeks at one time. That's a no-go. And, maternity and paternity leave. I think y'all got paternity leave, bro. The fathers get off, too. Like, not just the mothers, but the fathers also get paid leave. I think that's beautiful. I think that's incredible. Once again, we don't have that guaranteed here. Whether the company does it or not is based on whether that company decides to give you that or not, but it's not guaranteed like they have in Europe. And so that's also, I agree with this point too.
People are afraid to take the 2 weeks. A lot of them are. Anyways, so number 4. Yep. Let's move on to number 5. Okay, number 5. Oh man, I really couldn't agree with this statement more. I really can't. Staying alive isn't something that should cost more than a person's net worth. Yes. That is so true, and that is very typical of the United States. As an example,
Yes.
Tammy has a friend that has a rare respiratory disease, heart disease, and I really don't know what it is, but here's the deal, is they gave him medicine for a month to check it out and see if it works, and after that, it is literally $20,000 a month. $20,000.
How?
So I agree with you 100%. I am sure it doesn't cost $20,000 to manufacture that drug. But yes,
Probably
staying alive
$20.
isn't something that should cost more than the person's net worth. It is sad in the United States, but it is very, very true. And people are dying all the time because they can't afford their medication. But nevertheless, I agree with that 100% in my heart.
Yes.
So let's move on to number 6.
And I love the way they worded it too. I completely 100% like him. Definitely agree with that. $20,000 a month for medication to keep you alive. Like, the medication might be keeping them alive, but the bills are absolutely destroying them, are absolutely killing them. Like, if you're not in the top 1%, who can afford that? That's very unrealistic. Well, I love the way they word is staying alive should not cost more than a person's net worth. I love the way that was worded. Complete facts.
100% in my heart. So let's move on to number 6. Okay, number 6. The amount of food you waste is wild.
That's facts.
Yeah, I mean it is insane the amount of food in the United States that gets wasted. In the United States, big portions are the norm, and the bigger the portions, the more it attracts people to eat. And Tammy and I both have gone to restaurants and ordered just a regular meal and had the meal placed in front of us, and it's like there's just no way we're going to finish this. I mean, we should have skipped this whole thing right from the start. But yes, food is wasted. It's unbelievable. It's sad, especially when it could be donated. And there are places that will donate food, but once again, it is true. There is a lot of food waste in the United States. A lot. So let's go ahead and move on to number 7. Okay, so number 7. This is a pet peeve even of most Americans, that's for sure. And there are a few states that get around this. It is the way you add tax to everything at the till is mental. Just tell me what it costs on the freaking label.
Yes.
I would love that too. I really, really would. And there are some excuses why they don't do that or why they should do that. But the bottom line is they can figure it out. Just put it on the label. And it is so nice here in Europe. It is so nice in Europe. When you walk up and it's €5.99, that's exactly what it costs. €5.99. Or if it costs €10, that's what it costs, €10. So I love that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So wish that they...
Yes, please. And I know they say every state has different taxes and everything. So just say this is our tax. Still, you could still figure it out and do it, please, for us. Don't have us guessing at the register. You feel? Don't have me trying to figure out all the math calculations of what the sales tax is at this place, and then trying to don't have me do that. Just put it on there, please. Keep going. Thank you for that.
€10. So I love that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So
wholeheartedly.
Wish that they did that back in the United States as well. Let's go on to number 8. Okay, number 8. Here it is. Check it out. Treating your president like someone you worship is bizarre. As an Aussie, I don't understand worshiping the royals either.
I ain't never worshipped the president. You feel me? I've never worshipped. I mean, I understand how like all powerful they are. I mean, but I've never sat there and like worshipped any president in my life. But a lot of Americans do. So I see what you're saying. Keep it going.
As an Aussie, I don't understand worshiping the royals either. It seems in the United States we have somewhat gravitated towards that, especially with the last president that we had. I mean, there was a lot of obvious controversy going on there. I can tell you this, is from when I was younger, even a child, to where I am right now, things have definitely changed. When I was younger, even a child, the president of the United States was somebody to be absolutely respected. What they said was what they said, and you took it on face value. To where we are now, that honestly you just really can't too much trust what's coming out of the government, much less the president or
that's
Congress.
facts.
It's just
for sure.
It's a tough political situation in the United States right now. So I don't understand it either, but I still feel that the people in the United States really need to respect the office and need to respect the person that's in the office, as long as they are not breaking any laws. So anyways, number 8. Wow, that's a heavy one.
I feel that.
I don't understand it either, except they need to be treated with respect, I think. So anyways, let's move on to number 9. Oh, number 9. That's kind of a little bit of a loaded gun. It just really depends on what side of the fence you're standing on here. Number 9. The U.S. is a great place to be rich and a bad place to be poor.
I always say this. I always say, for the top 1%, this is the best country in the world. If you are not part of the top 1%, It's not as great as you would think. But yeah, that's a fact. That's just a
The
fact.
U.S.
I'm
is
interested
a
to
great
hear
place
the
to be rich and a bad place to be poor. Yeah, it really, I would agree with that. So it's, yeah, I don't have a lot to say about that. It is, it's a
It
tough
is what it
sentence.
is.
It's brutally honest, but it's true. It's very true. Let's move on to number 10. Number 10. I like this one. The quality of your fast food is absolutely horrible compared to that of Canada's. I'm referring to the same chains, Burger King, McDonald's, etc. Again, I think it kind of just depends on, you could be right about this, by the way, but I just think it kind of depends on what you grew up with, what your palate is. Maybe you do get better burgers from Burger King and McDonald's in Canada than you would in the United States, but I grew up with burgers in the United States from McDonald's and Burger King, and I love them. I absolutely love them.
Same.
And if I had my way, I would eat burgers every single day from Burger King and McDonald's. But whether it's horrible compared, I think it's just where you grew up and what your flavor is. That's all. So, with that, let's move on to number 11.
I respect that.
Number 11, check it out. You do have an accent.
We love to think that we don't. Yeah, even in different states in America, from where you're from, you have different accents, and so completely agree with this one too.
Number 11, check it out. You do have an accent. Can't disagree with that. That's for sure. If you're coming from the Netherlands or France or wherever to the United States, you have an accent. If we're coming from the United States to the Netherlands or France, we have an accent. So I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Let's move on to number 12. Number 12, it says, it's okay to have health care not tied to your employment with a massive fat middleman in between. Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think most Americans would agree with that also if it brought their premiums down, that's for sure.
Yes.
That's not the way that it works in the United States, sadly. But living here in Europe now, the medical and dental that we are receiving over here and that we signed up for, the cost and the way that it's handled, to me and in my opinion, far superior than the United States, just far superior. So, with that being said, I would agree with number 12 without any problem at all. So,
I love it, and I definitely completely agree with it too. It shouldn't be tied with the fat middleman in between. Your insurance shouldn't be tied to your employer, I guess. But I think the problem, people distrust the government so much that they don't want to put that in the government's hands because of the big distrust they have, unfortunately, for the government. And so and it's not unwarranted mistrust. So keep it going. But I agree. Know what I'm saying? You guys have a definitely far better healthcare system, in my opinion. 100%.
I would agree.
It's
with
affordable healthcare for all.
At all. So, let's move on to lucky number 13.
What we got?
Okay, so number 13. It's sad, but it's true. Number 13. Here we go. School shootings are almost uniquely an American problem. The rest of the world is disgusted. Truly, the need for children to practice active shooter drills is unfathomable. Horrible for us. Yeah, it really is. And it's really funny because I just came across on Instagram a lady that happened to move from the United States to the Netherlands. And she was talking about what it's like being Dutch and the most Dutch thing that she's seen, et cetera, et cetera. But somebody asked her what was one of the nicest things about moving over here, and her comment was pretty straightforward. And it was she doesn't have to worry about her child being shot, dropping him off at school and leaving him at school. Sad, but true. And I think most Americans would agree with that statement as well. It is sad, but this stuff does happen in the United States, and once again, it becomes a very political and heated debate. They can fix it if they want, but they choose not to for whatever reason.
Preach, my God, preach. They can fix it if they want, but they choose not to. It is absolutely disgusting that little children are being shot up in school, or even young men or young women are being shot up in these schools, and it's absolutely repulsive, and I 100% agree with that. It's sickening, and it's something that happens so often in the U.S. But still, there's no changes being made, and that's really more disgusting. The fact that nothing has changed.
They can fix it if they want, but they choose not to for whatever reason. And once again, I'm sure there's
because it's profit over people.
So,
profit
nevertheless,
over people.
Number 13, yes, it is uniquely an American problem, and it's sad, but it's true. So, let's move on to number 14. Hope 14's got something better.
Please.
Okay, so here it is. I'm going to throw the screen grab up right now. It says, obviously you can read it, turn the volume down. I think my wife would tell you that when I talk to people, especially when I'm on the phone, I don't know why, I am a loud person. I'm just naturally loud. And I think most Americans are naturally loud too. And I have to really start to kind of take note of this as I go along, and I'm trying to lower my voice a little bit. But I have noticed that the people around me, wherever we travel, are less vocal, I should say. They're not quite as loud as I usually am. So I'm trying to take note of that and bring my voice down a little bit and use the indoor voice. So anyways, thank you for that. I probably would agree with you that there are a lot of Americans, a good percentage, are loud when they talk. That's just kind of the way they express themselves, I guess. So.
And he's right. We don't even notice. We honestly don't notice that we're loud. We just, like you said, we just are. It's how we express. We just are. That's all I can think of to say.
Are loud when they.
I don't know why.
That's just kind of the way they express themselves, I guess. So, but anyways, let's move on to number 15. Oh yeah, this is a good American favorite. Number 15. Forcing students to go into debt for further education is disgusting. One should be able to get more education without having to risk never financially recovering. I'll tell you what. If you want to know if this statement is true or not, why don't you ask her and see what she says about that statement. Yes, it is absolutely true.
100%.
What it costs to have an education in the United States beyond high school is just mind-boggling. The cost is just phenomenal. I don't even really want to get into it. It's disgusting how much they charge for books.
I swear.
It's disgusting how much they charge for tuition. It is just, it's a sin. But nevertheless, yes, you are 100% right on that. It is disgusting what it costs to get an education in the United States, and they really think they're getting a better education. But nevertheless, let's move on to number 16. Lucky number 16. Let's hope something good comes out of this one.
Oh, number 16 is personal. Oh, wow. Yes. That last one. College is such a scam. It's such ridiculousness that you are getting charged that much to further your education. It's like they said, it's disgusting. I can't stand it. I hate the thought of it. I went to college and I went into that debt because that's kind of what I was told, and that's kind of how I grew up. Like just school kind of beating in your head. You need to go to college. You need to go to college. At home, parents beating in your head. Hey, you need to go to college. You need to go to college. And so that's the only thought I had was go to college. That just was like the next logical step. Just because that was kind of beat into my head from such a young age. And you take out all these loans so you can afford to go to college, and now you got to pay all of them back. It's sickening. That's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video you want to see or hear me react to? You can subscribe to Patreon, leave a suggestion, or in the description section there's a Google form link. Hit the link, fill out your suggestion, send it to me. Want me to get to yours faster? Others fill out premium. Make sure you hit the subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, give a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You'll subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D Neal. Out.